What's up, guys? It's your boy Darkskin, and today we're going to be doing our Xiao guide, talking about his best builds, his best weapons, what talents you should be going for, and everything like that. So, if you guys don't know, Xiao just came out, which everyone knows, I'm pretty sure. And with him coming out, another character to build, another guide to make. Now, first off, we're going to be looking at his artifacts, right? So, artifacts, there's a couple of different builds you can go depending on how lucky you got. If you, in a perfect world, perfect society, your best build to go is going to be 4-piece or 2-piece gladiator, and then 2-piece viridescent. That's going to give him a Nemo damage bonus, and that's going to give him as much attack percent as possible. Along with, you want to make sure his substats are really good. Looking at my artifacts, attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, HP. Attack percent, elemental mastery, crit damage, crit rate. Attack base, attack percent main stat, crit rate, energy recharge, elemental mastery, a Nemo damage bonus, energy recharge, crit damage, elemental mastery, some defense, and then crit damage headpiece with energy recharge and some elemental mastery, right? So, this is going to be his best build to go, but there are a couple of different variations depending on if you don't have as good RNG, right? Gladiator pieces are really hard to farm, and with gladiator pieces being so hard to farm, not everybody's going to have gladiator pieces with really good substats. If your substats are horrible on your gladiator pieces, 2-piece gladiator is not good to go. So these are some things that you can run besides that if your gladiator pieces have horrible substats, right? You can go into 4-piece viridescent. It's going to give you the Animo bonus, and then you're not getting the 18% attack, but since your substats are going to be a lot better, you are still going to be getting a lot out of it, right? Like, I'm not getting the 18% attack, but this has 20%, so I get the 18% here, and then it has some crit damage. Not to mention, if you do come into contact with another element, you will swirl, and you will elemental shred, or res down, for that element. So, it's a pretty nice touch, opposed to, you know, having bad gladiator pieces, right? Now, you don't have to do that, obviously. You can also go into 2-piece physical damage, right? Now, I know there's going to be somebody in the comments saying, why would I go physical damage when he does animal damage? That sounds so dumb. Listen, right? You're going to have 2-piece animo, right? And then the 2-piece physical, you'll be doing physical damage when you're not in your ultimate number 1. But number 2, it's better to have really good substats, again, right? With a 2 set that's not 100% active, than to have really bad substats on a gladiator piece, even though the 18% is always active. So, if best case scenario, you go gladiators finale and viridescent veneer. But if you can't do that because your gladiator sets are not that good, you can go into 4-piece viridescent, or you can go into 2-piece viridescent, 2-piece physical damage. Either of those work. You can go into 2-piece pretty much anything, as long as you get the substats for him. So, those are going to be his artifact sets and what you want to do. Talents. Now, I talked about this a lot with a lot of people. How do I put this? Okay, so anyways, he has his normal attack, his E ability, and his ultimate, obviously, right? Now, with his normal attack, you're probably going to want to max his normal attack first and foremost. And I'm going to talk about why in a little bit. You'll max his ult second, and then you'll max his E third. And the reason why is because his normal attacks is going to be his normal hits, his charge attack, and his plunge damage. Now, if you look at his ultimate, normal attack, charge attack, plunging attack, damage bonus. So the ultimate just gives him bonus damage on his normal attacks. So basically, if his normal percents are higher, his ultimate is going to make him hit harder. So that's why you go this first, because in and out of ult you can use this. You can only use this in ult. So anyways, you'll go normal attacks first, you'll go ult second, then you go E third. And I'm not saying go E third because E's bad. E does a lot of damage. But you're only going these two first because they work in tandem with each other, right? It's literally, this works all the time. This works in tandem with this, and then this works by itself. So those are going to be how you want to do them. Now, As far as how far you want to take them, that's completely up to you. Looking at his weapons, if you have any 5-star weapon, right? Primordial Jade Spear, Vortex Vanquisher, Skyward Spine, they all work. They all work. They are all better than any 4-star spear you can give him. So if you have a 5-star spear, it is better than any 4-star spear you can give him. All right? Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about 4-star spears. In order, right? In order of spears, or what you want to use for him, it goes Deathmatch, Black Cliff, pretty sure after that it just goes into Star Glitter, because Crescent Pike is physical damage. So yeah, it pretty much go the Deathmatch, Black Cliff, and then you go into the Prototype Star Glitter. Now, I say Prototype Star Glitter, but you can also run Favonius Lance, right? Favonius Lance and Prototype Star Glitter are like 1-to-1. Either you can run either one. It kind of just depends on how you want to play the character or what you want. But I know the reason why I say Prototype Star Glitter over Favonius Lance is because, if you guys didn't know, Prototype Star Glitter gives more energy recharge at 90, right? I think Favonius Lance gives like 27% or something like that, and Prototype Star Glitter gives like 44% energy recharge or something. So, and this has a damage passive. After using an elemental skill, increases normal and charged attack damage by 8% for 12 seconds, max 2 stacks. You have two stats of your E, right? So if you use your E twice, you'll get this passive. And it lasts for 12 seconds. You ease on a 10-second cooldown, so you will keep this passive up forever. This passive will stay active forever on Xiao, because he has 2 E's and they're both 10-second cooldowns, and this is 12-second cooldown. So you'll keep the passive completely active at all times. Now, you can obviously go into Favonius if you want to get this energy recharge here, but I feel like if you just build more energy recharge, which Prototype Star Glitter gives you, you'll be fine on that. A lot of people sleep on that weapon too, so there's that. Now, we've talked about everything as far as that. Now, I know a lot of people want to know about Constellations, so I'll briefly talk about Constellations. For anyone that wants to know, I only have him C1. So his C1 is not bad. It's a really good constellation in a sense of like what it does for Xiao. It gives you extra damage, and if you guys don't know, he has a passive that if you E in multiple successions, you get extra damage on top of that as well. So not only does it give you extra damage and an extra dash, it gives you energy for your ultimate, which is all nice, but you have to get him again. So you have to basically summon 2 5-stars to get this. It's not worth, but you can if you want to. Getting energy recharge while off the field, this doesn't make any sense because you're going to keep him on the field for like 90% of the time if you're using the character. So that doesn't really make sense. If you look right here, +3 on his E. I'm going to get back to this because this don't make no sense either. And I'm going to tell you why in a little bit. When Xiao's HP falls below 50%, he gains 100% defense. This is nice because it gives them survivability. But if you're using a shield character or a healer, this becomes completely useless. Because he has survivability already. Right here, +3 on his ult. This one doesn't make sense either. I'll get to that in a little bit as well. And then you go right here. Bane of all, well, C6. Basically, if he hits 2 enemies with his plunge attack while in his ultimate, his E ability gets 1 stack, right? It resets. And for the next 1 second, you can use your E as many times as you want. Really, really good. Now, the reason why I say this doesn't make sense and this doesn't make sense is because this +3 allows him to get more energy, so it allows him to get his ult faster. When you're in ult, you're not pressing E, right? So if this was the ult, it would be a lot nicer. Now, the fact that this is the E, and then all these constellations are for his ult, this is, you gives him 3 dashes, allows him to ult faster, cool. This right here, when he's off the field, he gets energy, which, you know, energies for his ult, and him being off the field means that he ulted, lost HP, and now he's getting healed. It's all of those things, right? So, and this right here is also about his ult. So it just doesn't make sense. Not to mention, the C6 is about his dash. So if right before you got C6, you got the +3 on his E, it would have just made a lot more sense, right? Because let's say you got these 4. The first constellation's fine. But if you have C6, the first constellation doesn't really matter. So this constellation being in the middle where it is like, I don't know. But anyways, the reason why I say that is because Venti's +3 right here is his ultimate, right? Like, imagine if his +3 right here was his E ability. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess that's kind of for the whales, though, because a lot of people don't have constellations. But if someone was lucky to get +3 constellations, I'd rather this be the ult, because they're not going to be able to use his E as the main damage source until C6. But anyways, that is my guide for Xiao. That's everything. If you guys want to see what my Xiao's stats look like, I showed you guys all of his artifacts and everything like that. 62%, 166, 2,200 attack. So anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe to tell if you're new. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys in the comment section below. With that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.